Before we begin, take a moment to subscribe to this channel. You're here for a reason, and there's a lot coming that will elevate your understanding, your energy, your confidence, and your frequency to manifest wealth with your full potential. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. Confidence isn't just about how you walk or talk, it isn't about posture or appearance. It's about what you say and how you say it. According to psychology, confident people use certain key phrases regularly. These words reflect a mindset, an attitude, and deep self-assurance. If you've been using these 10 phrases without even realizing it, congratulations, you're radiating confidence. Let's explore each one. What if I told you that your words are not merely sounds, but energetic signatures that broadcast a frequency into the quantum field? Every syllable you utter carries an intention, a vibration that interacts with the infinite potential around you. Confidence, then, is not an external mask you put on. It is an internal state of being that you broadcast. It is the coherent signal you send out when your thoughts, feelings, and words are in perfect alignment. When you speak from this place of inner coherence, your words become commands to reality, shaping the energy and matter around you. This is the fundamental principle of creation, the very essence of moving from thought to thing, from potential to reality. The problem for so many is that they are broadcasting incoherent signals. They live in a state of survival, their brains and bodies constantly reacting to the external environment. Their words are born from stress, from lack, from fear of the unknown. These phrases are weak, hesitant, and filled with doubt, sending a chaotic frequency into the field. This signal is then reflected back to them as a life filled with more reasons to doubt, more reasons to fear. To break this cycle, you must become conscious of the unconscious programs running your life, starting with the very language you use. You must learn to speak from a new state of being, a new personality, a new personal reality. So, as we explore these 10 phrases, I want you to do more than just listen. I want you to feel them. Feel the energetic shift in your body as you contemplate each one. Imagine the person you would be if these phrases were the natural, effortless expression of your inner state. This is not about memorizing a script. It is about embodying a new consciousness. It is about rewiring the very circuits in your brain so that confidence is no longer something you do, but something you are. You are literally becoming someone else, someone whose very language aligns with the future you are creating in your mind. This is the work. This is where the magic happens. This journey is about moving from the Newtonian model of reality, where you are a victim of cause and effect, to the quantum model, where you are the cause of an effect. Your words are the tools you use to tune your energetic signature to the frequency of your desired destiny. Each phrase we will discuss is a tuning fork, designed to resonate with the elevated emotions of empowerment, clarity, and self-belief. By consciously choosing this language, you are no longer leaving your future to chance. You are stepping into the river of change, becoming the deliberate creator of your life, one powerful, confident, and intentional word at a time. Let's begin the process of becoming. The phrase "I can" is far more than a simple statement of ability. It is a profound declaration to the universe, a command that shifts your entire being from the program of limitation to the paradigm of infinite potential. When you say "I can," you are consciously overriding the memories of past failures that are stored in your body and wired into your brain. You are signaling to every cell that you are no longer defined by your history, but by your vision of the future. This is the first step in breaking the habit of being your old self. You are literally telling your body to get ready for a new experience, a new outcome. Think of the energy behind the words "I can't." It's an energy of finality, of closure. It shuts down the creative centers of the brain and reinforces the neural pathways of victimhood and powerlessness. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy that instructs your body and mind to look for evidence of your inability. But when you make the conscious choice to say "I can," you activate a different set of circuits. You are opening the door to the quantum field, where all possibilities exist simultaneously. You are moving your attention from the known, predictable past to the unknown, unpredictable future filled with magnificent potential. It is a biological and energetic upgrade. This phrase is an act of rebellion against the familiar emotions of your past. The body, conditioned to feel doubt, fear, or inadequacy, will resist this new command. It will send signals to the brain, trying to pull you back into the comfortable territory of the known. This is the moment of truth. This is where the work is done. By repeatedly and intentionally declaring "I can," especially when your body is screaming "I can't," you are performing a form of mental and emotional rehearsal. You are installing new neurological hardware that aligns with your intended future, making the thought of possibility more familiar than the thought of limitation. Ultimately, saying "I can" is an act of creation. You are taking abstract potential and beginning to give it form through the energy of your intention. You are no longer waiting for the external world to give you permission to succeed or to feel worthy. You are giving yourself permission. You are becoming the source of your own power, generating the elevated emotions of empowerment and courage from within. This is how you begin to create a new personal reality. You are signaling to the unified field that you are ready for a new experience, and the field, which responds only to who you are being, begins to orchestrate events to match your new state. Every time you declare "I can," you are engaged in a powerful neurological process. You are weakening the synaptic connections associated with your old, limited self, and firing and wiring new networks of neurons that reflect a belief in your own capability. This isn't just positive thinking, it's a biological rewiring. You are literally changing your mind. The more you repeat this declaration with emotional intensity, the more these new neural networks become the default program. Eventually "I can" ceases to be a conscious effort and becomes an unconscious, automatic state of being. You no longer have to try to feel capable, you simply are capable. This process requires moving beyond the analytical mind. The thinking, neocortical brain will often try to rationalize all the reasons why you can't. It will bring up past evidence and future fears. The key is to drop into your heart, to feel the emotion of empowerment before the evidence exists. When you combine the clear intention of your words, "I can," with the elevated emotion of what that capability feels like, you create a powerful electromagnetic signature. This signature is what broadcasts your desire into the quantum field. You are teaching your body emotionally what your mind has understood intellectually, closing the gap between thought and experience. Consider the alternative. Living in a state of "I can't" keeps you anchored in survival chemistry. It produces the stress hormones that shut down your immune system, compromise your long-term building and repair functions, and narrow your focus to the cause of the threat. You become a creature of reaction, perpetually scanning your environment for danger. Saying "I can" is the antidote. It is a signal of safety and creation. It tells your autonomic nervous system to move from a state of emergency to a state of growth and repair. It broadens your focus from the particle to the wave, from the problem to the possibilities. So the practice is this: become so conscious of your internal language that you catch yourself before you even complete the thought of "I can't." Intercept that old program, and in its place consciously and deliberately install the new one, "I can." Do it with passion. Do it with conviction. Feel the energy of that statement permeate your entire body. You are not faking it until you make it. You are being it until you become it. You are stepping into the identity of the person who can, and in doing so, you are calling forth the future reality where your capabilities are made manifest in your life. "If I can" opens the door to possibility, then "I will" is the act of walking through it. This phrase is a command. It is not a hope, a wish, or a maybe. It is a firm, resolute decision that a specific future is going to happen, and you are the one who will make it so. When you say "I will," you are moving from the passive observer to the active creator. You are taking the infinite potential you acknowledged with "I can," and collapsing it into a specific chosen destiny. This is the language of a true visionary, someone who is no longer waiting for their life to happen, but is happening to their life. The energy of I will is one of absolute certainty. It carries a frequency that leaves no room for doubt or negotiation. This is crucial because the quantum field does not respond to ambiguous signals. It responds to coherence and clarity. When you broadcast the unwavering intention of I will, you are sending a powerful, coherent signal that begins to organize the energy around you. You are aligning your personal will with the universal will, becoming a conduit for creation. You are no longer a victim of circumstances, you are the creator of circumstances, bending time and space toward your desired outcome through the sheer force of your focused will. This declaration requires you to fall in love with your future more than you are in love with your past. The familiar feelings of your past life, the comfort of the known, even if it's painful, will try to pull you back. Saying I will is a conscious break from that addiction to the familiar. It is a statement that you are willing to feel uncomfortable, to step into the unknown, to navigate the void between your old self and your future self. You are choosing the uncertainty of creation over the certainty of stagnation. This choice, made with conviction, is what begins to change your brain and body ahead of the actual event. Think of it as placing an order with the universe. You are not timidly asking if something is possible. You are clearly stating what you are creating. I will heal my body. I will build this business. I will find a loving partner. The phrase itself generates an elevated emotional state of determination and resolve. This emotion is the magnetic charge that draws the experience to you. By combining the clear intention of I will with the elevated emotion of your future made real, you are becoming a vibrational match to the reality you desire, long before it manifests in the three-dimensional world. To truly embody the power of I will, you must practice living in your future now. This isn't about delusion, it's about rehearsal. When you close your eyes and mentally rehearse the future you are commanding with I will, you are installing the neurological circuitry to prepare you for that reality. If you can make your inner world more real than your outer world, your brain will not know the difference. It will begin to produce the same chemistry as if the event has already occurred. This is the secret to becoming your future self before that future has arrived. The phrase I will is a commitment to a new state of being. It means you will no longer make choices that are inconsistent with your declared future. You will no longer think the same thoughts, perform the same actions, or live by the same emotions as your old self. Every choice you make, from the moment you wake up, must be in alignment with your I will statement. This requires a level of consciousness and discipline that is uncommon, but it is the very process that separates the mystic and the visionary from the person who is simply drifting through life. You are conditioning your body to be the body of your future self. This commitment will be tested. The environment will present you with people and circumstances that reflect your past. Your senses will try to convince you that nothing is changing. This is the great illusion. The work is to hold the vision of your I will independent of the feedback from your environment. You must believe in your future with more passion and energy than you believe in your present reality. This is how you change your energy. And when you change your energy, you change your life. Your steadfast commitment to I will is what sustains you through the void, the period of uncertainty where the old is gone, but the new has not yet come. So let this phrase become your mantra. Let it be the thought that guides your actions and the feeling that informs your state of being. I will is the bridge between who you are and who you are becoming. It is the sacred vow you make to your own potential. By declaring it, you are no longer asking for a different life. You are commanding it into existence. You are stepping into the role of the master of your destiny, using the power of your own consciousness to create a life that is a direct reflection of your divine will. This is the ultimate expression of confidence, the certainty that you are the creator of your world. Now let's explore a phrase that recalibrates our entire energetic field in the face of a challenge. No problem. When you utter these words, you are not merely offering a casual reassurance. You are making a profound declaration to the quantum field. You are signaling that you are greater than the circumstance, that your internal state of being is not dictated by external conditions. This is a powerful shift from a victim consciousness which sees every request as a burden to a creator consciousness, which views every situation as an opportunity. It is an affirmation that your energy, your resources, and your inner coherence are more than sufficient to meet the demands of the moment. You are literally telling your body and mind that there is no need to trigger the stress response. Think about the physiology of this statement. When faced with a task, the conditioned mind often defaults to a state of resistance, activating the sympathetic nervous system. Cortisol and adrenaline begin to flood your system in preparation for a threat. But when you consciously choose the response, no problem, you interrupt that hardwired program. You are overriding the old self. You are telling your autonomic nervous system that everything is under control, that you are safe, that you are capable. This simple linguistic choice becomes a powerful tool for self-regulation, for moving out of a state of survival and into a state of creative flow, where solutions and energy are readily available to you. This isn't about denying difficulty or pretending challenges don't exist. It's about changing your relationship to them. It's a conscious decision to operate from a place of inner abundance rather than scarcity. When you say no problem, you are tapping into an unlimited reservoir of potential that resides within you. You are aligning with the intelligent, organizing principle of the universe that handles complexities far greater than any human challenge with effortless grace. You are embodying the energy of the field itself, which never sees a problem, only possibilities and pathways for the flow of energy and information. It's a practice of becoming incoherent with your past and coherent with your future. So, the next time someone presents you with a task or a request, pause for a moment. Feel the initial conditioned reaction, the sigh, the internal groan, the feeling of imposition. Then, consciously override it. Let the words "no problem" emanate not just from your lips but from a deep cellular understanding of your own limitless capability. Feel the shift in your body, the relaxation in your shoulders, the opening in your heart. You are not just helping someone else. You are actively rewiring your brain and reconditioning your body to a new, more empowered state of being. You are becoming the person who meets life with ease and grace. The phrase, "no problem," is a powerful mantra for dissolving resistance. Resistance is the primary source of suffering and energy depletion. It's the friction created when our desired reality clashes with our current reality. When we resist, we are essentially fighting against the flow of life, and this battle is waged within our own nervous system, draining our vital life force. By declaring no problem, we consciously choose to remove that internal friction. We are signaling to our entire being that we are choosing the path of least resistance, not out of weakness but out of profound wisdom and strength. This is the essence of moving from a particle-based Newtonian mindset to a wave-based quantum perspective. You are choosing to flow with the waves of possibility. This conscious choice sends a cascade of new information throughout your body. The heart begins to beat in a more coherent rhythm, signaling safety and order to the brain. The brain, in turn, reduces the production of stress hormones and releases beneficial neurochemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which are associated with feelings of satisfaction and well-being. You literally begin to feel better in the moment. This is not just positive thinking. This is a physiological and energetic upgrade. You are using language as a tool to change your internal state. And when you change your internal state, you begin to change your personal reality. The problem dissolves because the energy you were using to create it is now being used for solutions. Consider the energetic signature you broadcast into the quantum field. A person operating from a state of resistance who sees every request as a burden emits a chaotic, incoherent frequency. This frequency attracts more experiences that match it, more problems, more burdens, more reasons to feel overwhelmed. Conversely, when you embody the energy of no problem, you broadcast a coherent, harmonious signal of capability, ease, and grace. The law of attraction states that like energy attracts like energy. Therefore, you begin to draw towards you experiences, people, and synchronicities that reflect this new state of being. Life begins to feel less like a struggle and more like a creative dance. Let this phrase become a practice in mindfulness. Use it as a trigger to shift your state of being deliberately. It's a declaration that you are no longer willing to be a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your experience. Saying no problem is an act of taking back your power, of refusing to give your energy away to stress and negativity. It is a commitment to living in a beautiful state, where your inner world is so coherent and so powerful that it influences and organizes the outer world. You are not just handling a task, you are mastering the art of creating your desired reality from the inside out. Let's delve into the profound power of the phrase, "I know." This is not about intellectual arrogance or the accumulation of external facts. This is about a deep, resonant certainty that arises from within. It is the voice of your intuition, the wisdom of your higher self, the signal from the unified field that you are connected to a source of intelligence far greater than your conscious mind. When you say, "I know from this place," you are not stating an opinion. You are aligning with an inner truth that is unshakable. It is a feeling, a resonance, a cellular conviction that transcends logic and reason. This is the knowing that guides you to make the right decision even when all external evidence points to the contrary. This inner knowing is a faculty that we can cultivate. It requires us to move beyond the analytical mind, the part of us that is constantly processing data from our five senses and comparing it to past experiences. To access this deeper intelligence, we must quiet the noise of the external world and the chatter of our own thoughts. Through practices like meditation, we learn to shift our awareness from the thinking brain, the neocortex, to the subconscious mind, the seat of our autonomic nervous system, and our connection to the quantum field. It is in this state of inner stillness that the subtle voice of knowing can finally be heard, untainted by the fear and doubt of the ego. When you declare "I know," you are anchoring yourself in this field of infinite potential. You are affirming your connection to universal wisdom. This is not about knowing what will happen, but knowing that you have the inner resources to handle whatever happens. It's a deep trust in the process of life and in your own divine nature. This kind of knowing generates a powerful electromagnetic signature of coherence and certainty. This signature radiates from you, influencing your environment and drawing to you experiences that match your inner conviction. You literally become a magnet for the outcomes that are in alignment with your deepest truth. So, practice distinguishing between thinking and knowing. Thinking is loud, often conflicted, and based in the past. Knowing is quiet, peaceful, and feels like a homecoming. When you feel that subtle, clear resonance within you, honor it. Give it a voice with the words, "I know." Do not allow the analytical mind to talk you out of it. Each time you trust and act on this inner knowing, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with intuition. You are building a new circuit in your brain, a direct line to a greater intelligence, and this becomes the ultimate source of unshakable confidence. You no longer need external validation because you are validated from within. There is a critical distinction between having information and truly knowing something. Information is knowledge that exists in the mind, as a concept or a theory. You can read 1,000 books about swimming, understand the physics of buoyancy, and the mechanics of the strokes, but until you get in the water, you don't know how to swim. Knowing is embodied wisdom. It is information that has been experienced, applied, and integrated into the very fabric of your being. It is when the philosophical understanding becomes a visceral, cellular reality. This is the transformation from mind to body, from thinking to being. When you can say, "I know" with true confidence, it means you have moved beyond mere intellectual assent. You have repeatedly applied a principle or a truth until it has become second nature. You have reconditioned your body to a new mind. For example, you might read about the importance of gratitude. That's information. But when you practice gratitude daily, feeling it in your heart until your body is flooded with the emotions of appreciation, and you start to see your life transform as a result. Then you can say, I know the power of gratitude. The knowledge is no longer separate from you, it has become a part of your personality, your state of being. This process of embodiment is the foundation of all true transformation. It requires repetition and emotional engagement. Every time you have a new experience and you embrace the elevated emotion associated with it, the joy of creation, the freedom of overcoming a fear, the awe of a synchronous moment, you are teaching your body chemically what your mind has understood intellectually. You are installing new neurological hardware and generating a new chemical signature. This is how we evolve. We don't evolve just by thinking new thoughts, we evolve by embodying new truths, by becoming them. Therefore, let the phrase I know be your benchmark for personal evolution. Let it challenge you to move from being a philosopher to being an initiate, from a spectator to a participant in your own life. Don't just learn about confidence, practice the thoughts, actions, and emotions of confidence until you become it. Don't just read about living in the present moment, practice it until the past and future no longer have an emotional hold on you. When you can look at an area of your life and say, I know from a place of deep embodied experience, you radiate a confidence that is authentic, powerful, and absolutely undeniable. This is the confidence of the master. The statement I believe is one of the most powerful creative forces available to us. It is the bridge between the unseen and the seen, the thought and the experience. Belief is not a passive hope, it is an active state of being. It is the conscious and sustained direction of your thought and emotion toward a specific potential in the quantum field. When you truly believe in something, you are selecting a future reality from an infinite menu of possibilities and beginning to draw it to you with the magnetic force of your energy. A belief is essentially a thought that you keep thinking over and over again until you neurologically hardwire it into your brain's architecture. This process has a profound biological correlate. When you hold a belief, you are firing and wiring specific neural nets. If you believe you are worthy, you are strengthening the circuits of worthiness. If you believe you are capable, you are reinforcing the neurology of capability. This consistent mental rehearsal, when combined with an elevated emotion, begins to recondition the body. You are sending new signals to your genes, instructing them to express themselves in new, life-affirming ways. You are literally becoming, on a biological level, the person who can achieve what you believe in. Belief is the language that speaks directly to your subconscious mind and your cellular structure. Many people confuse belief with hope. Hope is a beggar. It resides in a state of lack, wishing for something to happen in the future while feeling its absence in the present. Belief, on the other hand, is a creator. It begins to feel the emotion of the desired outcome before it has manifested. It is the art of giving thanks for your success before the evidence appears. This is the secret sauce of creation. By combining a clear intention, your belief, with an elevated emotion such as gratitude, joy, or freedom, you generate a powerful electromagnetic signature that broadcasts your desire into the unified field. You are no longer waiting for your reality to change. You are actively changing your energy to match the reality you want to create. So, we must become conscious of our beliefs, for they are the invisible scripts that run our lives. Many of our most limiting beliefs were programmed in our youth and operate outside of our conscious awareness. The work is to bring these beliefs into the light of consciousness and consciously choose new ones. Ask yourself, what do I want to believe about myself? What do I want to believe about my potential? Then, begin the process of mental and emotional rehearsal. Meditate on these new beliefs, feel them, embody them. The phrase I believe becomes your declaration of intent, the first step in moving from the old self to the new self, from a predictable past to an unpredictable and glorious future. The true test of belief comes in the space between your vision and its physical manifestation. This is the void, the great unknown, and it is where most people falter. Our senses perceive a world that does not yet reflect our inner belief, and the analytical mind, conditioned to trust only what it can see, begins to generate doubt, fear, and impatience. It says, "It's not working, it's taking too long, you should give up." This is the critical moment where you must choose to believe in your future more than you believe in your past. You must fall in love with your vision more than you are in love with your current conditions. Sustaining belief in this gap requires a conscious withdrawal of your energy from the three-dimensional world and placing it on the unseen world of potential. This is a practice. It means that when you wake up in the morning, you don't immediately check your external environment to decide how you should feel. Instead, you deliberately connect with the feeling of your future. You remember your belief. You rehearse who you are becoming. You are conditioning your mind and body to live in the reality of your choosing, regardless of the feedback from your senses. This is what it means to be a quantum creator, to have your mind control your matter, rather than letting your matter control your mind. This is where the phrase "I believe" becomes a lifeline. It is your anchor in the stormy seas of uncertainty. Every time doubt creeps in, you must meet it with a conscious declaration: "I believe." You are using the power of your conscious mind to override the subconscious programs of fear and lack. Each time you do this, you are weakening the old neural pathways and strengthening the new ones. You are proving to yourself that your will is greater than your programming. This is not a one-time event, it is a moment-to-moment, day-to-day commitment to your future self. It is the hero's journey, the walk of faith. Ultimately, the goal is for your belief to become so familiar, so embodied, that it transforms into an inner knowing. You no longer have to try to believe, you simply know that your future is coming. You are relaxed. You are in a state of trust and allowing. You have so thoroughly conditioned yourself to the energy of your future that you are no longer looking for it because you feel like it has already happened. This is the state of grace where synchronicities abound and opportunities find you. It all begins with the courageous and persistent choice to say, "I believe," even and especially when the world around you gives you every reason not to. Now, let's explore a phrase that is not merely polite social currency, but a powerful key that unlocks the very doors of abundance in the quantum field. The phrase is "thank you." When you utter these words from a place of genuine heartfelt emotion, you are doing more than acknowledging a kindness. You are fundamentally changing your biological and energetic state. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. It signals to the unified field that what you have received is already here, that the event you desire has already occurred. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's the science of creation. Your body, as the unconscious mind, doesn't know the difference between an actual experience and one you vividly imagine with elevated emotion. When you feel gratitude, you release a cascade of beneficial neurochemicals. You lower cortisol, the hormone of stress, and you elevate oxytocin and dopamine, creating a state of internal coherence. This is where the magic happens. Your heart begins to beat in a more orderly, rhythmic pattern, creating a measurable magnetic field that can extend far beyond your body. This field is an energetic signature, a broadcast to the quantum realm. By saying thank you before the event has manifested, you are literally tuning your energy to the frequency of your desired future. You are no longer waiting for something to happen. You are embodying the emotional state of it having already happened, drawing the experience to you like a magnet. Think of it this way. The past is a known landscape, a collection of familiar emotions. When you live in a state of lack or wanting, you are by definition living in the past, reinforcing the neural circuits of separation. Gratitude breaks this cycle. It is the emotional signature of abundance. It is the feeling of wholeness. By consciously cultivating this feeling, by making thank you a mantra of your being, you are stepping out of the familiar past and into the unknown territory of creation. You are telling your body, on a cellular level, that the future you have envisioned in your mind is now your present reality. This is the ultimate act of faith and the very engine of personal evolution. So practice this. Don't wait for something great to happen to feel grateful. Generate the feeling of gratitude from within. Give thanks for the air you breathe, for the heart that beats within your chest, for the challenges that make you stronger. Give thanks for the future that is waiting for you to claim it. When you say thank you with this level of intention, you are no longer just a body in space and time. You become a conscious creator, a vortex of energy, signaling to the universe that you are ready, that you are open, and that you are worthy of receiving all the magnificent possibilities that exist in the eternal now. To truly radiate confidence, thank you must evolve from a polite response into a continuous state of being. This isn't about a transactional exchange of gratitude for a favor done. This is about living in a perpetual state of appreciation for your very existence and for the potential that resides within you. This state of being changes your perception of reality. When you are rooted in gratitude, you no longer see problems. You see opportunities for growth. You no longer see obstacles. You see stepping stones provided by a benevolent intelligence. This is the consciousness of a creator, someone who understands that every moment is a gift, an opportunity to learn, to evolve, and to create. This profound state of gratitude rewires the brain. The repetitive firing of neural networks associated with appreciation strengthens those connections, making it your default emotional state. You are literally building a new personality, one that is no longer defined by the survival emotions of stress, fear, or lack. Instead, you are programming yourself for wholeness, for connection, for abundance. When you meet someone who embodies this state, you feel it. Their confidence isn't arrogant, it's a quiet, powerful presence. It's the byproduct of a mind and body that are in complete alignment, resonating with the frequency of love and thankfulness for all that is. They radiate a sense of peace because they are not seeking anything from the outside to make them whole. Consider the energetic implications. Every thought sends an electrical signal to the quantum field, and every feeling broadcasts a magnetic signature. When your baseline state is gratitude, you are consistently broadcasting a powerful, coherent signal of abundance and worthiness. The universe, the great mirror of consciousness, doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to who you are being. By being grateful, you are being whole, you are being abundant. Therefore, the field must organize matter and opportunity in a way that reflects your state of being. This is not mysticism, it is quantum law. Your personality creates your personal reality, and a personality steeped in gratitude creates a reality filled with reasons to be grateful. So let your thank you become a silent prayer, a constant meditation. Before your feet hit the floor in the morning, give thanks for a new day of creation. As you move through your day, consciously notice the small wonders and feel the swell of appreciation in your heart. Let this feeling become more familiar to you than any feeling of stress or worry. This is how you reclaim your power. This is how you move from being a victim of your circumstances to being the creator of your life. Your confidence will no longer be something you have to project. It will be a natural light that shines from a soul that is profoundly, deeply, and unconditionally grateful. We now arrive at a phrase that, on the surface, might seem like the antithesis of confidence. I don't know. In a culture that rewards certainty and expertise, admitting a lack of knowledge can feel like a weakness. But I want you to reframe this completely. True confidence, the kind that is rooted in authentic power, is not about having all the answers. It's about being so comfortable in your own being that you are not afraid of the unknown. In fact, you welcome it. Saying I don't know is a declaration of intellectual and spiritual humility. It is the moment you stop trying to predict the future based on the limited data of your known past. When you say, I don't know, you are performing a profound act. You are surrendering the analytical mind, the ego, which constantly tries to control and manage reality based on what it has already experienced. The ego operates in the known. But all new possibilities, all new inventions, all new experiences exist in the unknown. By admitting you don't know, you are silencing the voice that says, this is how it has to be because this is how it has always been. You are creating a space, a vacuum, a moment of pure potential. It is in this space that the quantum field, the universal mind, can step in and deliver an outcome that is far greater than anything your limited ego could have conceived. This is not a passive surrender, it is an active and courageous one. It takes immense self-worth to stand in a place of uncertainty without defaulting to fear or insecurity. It signifies that your sense of self is not tied to being right or being in control. Your confidence comes from a deeper place, a trust in the process of life, a trust in a greater intelligence, and a trust in your own ability to handle whatever emerges from that field of infinite potential. You are signaling to yourself and to the universe that you are ready for something new, something beyond the predictable patterns of your past programming. You are opening the door for a synchronicity, an insight, a novel solution to appear. So embrace the power of I don't know. When faced with a challenge where the solution isn't immediately apparent, resist the urge to force an answer from the tired library of your memory. Instead, take a breath, go into your heart, and consciously surrender to the unknown. Say it to yourself. I don't know how this will resolve, and I'm okay with that. I am open to a solution greater than my mind can imagine. This is the mindset of the quantum observer, the mystic, the genius. It is the ultimate expression of confidence, not in what you know, but in the infinite intelligence from which all things are known. Let's go deeper into the biology of this state. When you are constantly trying to know, to predict, to control, you are living in a state of high beta brainwave activity. This is the brainwave of stress, of hyperfocus on the outer world. Your body is perpetually braced for fight or flight, flooded with the chemicals of survival. True creation cannot happen in this state. By saying I don't know, you are giving your brain and body permission to change. You are signaling that it's safe to disengage from the problem and enter a more relaxed, creative state, like alpha or even theta brainwaves. It is in these states that the door between the conscious and subconscious minds opens. This is where true insight is born. The answer you seek doesn't come from analyzing the problem with the same mind that created it. It emerges from a different level of consciousness. By letting go of the need to know, you stop the frantic thought process and allow your awareness to drop into the present moment, into the unified field itself. This is not an empty void. It is a field brimming with information and energy. Your willingness to be in that space without anxiety is what allows you to receive the signal, the download, the elegant solution that was there all along, waiting for you to get out of your own way. Confidence, then, is the ability to be comfortable in the space between thoughts. Think about the most confident people you know. They are not flustered by unexpected questions. They don't need to dominate every conversation with their knowledge. They possess a calm presence that comes from being okay with not knowing. Their identity is not threatened by a gap in their understanding. This is because their identity is not built on the fragile foundation of the ego. It is built on the solid ground of being. They trust that when an answer is needed, it will arise either from within them or from the world around them. This is a profound liberation from the pressure to perform, and it is incredibly magnetic to others. So practice this surrender in your daily life. When you feel the familiar anxiety of not having an answer, stop, close your eyes, acknowledge the feeling, and then consciously release the need to control the outcome. Embrace the fertile void of I don't know. Trust that by letting go of your limited perspective, you are making room for the unlimited mind to provide a solution. This is not ignorance, it is wisdom. It is the supreme confidence of a creator who knows that to truly create something new, you must first be willing to step beyond everything you know.
少々お待ちください。
Subscribe to this page for more feeds on acts of living before it goes extinct again.
The simple, one-syllable word no is one of the most powerful and transformative phrases you can ever master. It is not an act of aggression or rejection. When delivered from a place of clarity and self-worth, no is a profound act of self-love. It is the drawing of an energetic boundary. It is the declaration that you, as a sovereign being, are defining the perimeter of your own reality. For many, saying no is incredibly difficult because it is tangled with the fear of disapproval, the fear of conflict, or the fear of letting others down. This is the programming of a person living for the approval of the external world, constantly seeking validation from outside of themselves. To say no with confidence means you have defined your yes. You have become so clear on your vision, your values, and your energy that you can instantly recognize what is not in alignment with them. Your no is not personal to the other person. It is a statement of personal truth. It means you value your own energy, your own time, and your own well-being enough to protect them. You understand that every time you say yes to something that drains you or moves you away from your goals, you are saying no to your own future. You are leaking precious creative energy that could be used to build the life you truly desire. Think of your energy as a finite resource for creation each day. When you wake up from your meditations, you are filled with potential. If you then spend that potential on activities, conversations, and commitments that are not aligned with your highest good, you are depleting your vital force. Saying no is the act of conserving that energy. It is the conscious choice to invest your life force into your own evolution and creation. This requires you to move from being a people pleaser to being a soul pleaser. It requires you to value your own inner state more than you value the temporary opinions of others. This is a monumental shift in consciousness. When you learn to say no calmly, clearly, and without guilt, your entire energetic signature changes. You are no longer broadcasting a signal of neediness or porous boundaries. You are broadcasting a signal of self-possession, clarity, and power. People will begin to feel this on an intuitive level. They will sense that your time and energy are valuable, and they will treat you accordingly. True confidence is not about being liked by everyone. It is about respecting yourself so profoundly that you only allow into your life that which honors and supports the future you are creating. Your no is the sacred guardian at the gate of that future. The inability to say no is a symptom of living in survival. The stress hormones associated with the fear of conflict or rejection keep you locked in a biological state of submissiveness. You are essentially telling your body that the approval of another person is more important for your survival than your own internal integrity. To break this pattern, you must consciously decide that your internal world is your primary responsibility. This begins with becoming aware of the feelings in your body. When someone asks something of you before you answer, pause. Go inside. Does the thought of saying yes create a feeling of expansion in your chest, or a feeling of contraction and dread? That feeling is your body's intelligence speaking to you. It is your guidance system. To ignore it is to betray yourself on a fundamental level. Learning to say no is the process of learning to trust and honor that inner guidance above all else. It is a practice of rewiring your brain and reconditioning your body. Each time you say no to something that doesn't feel right, you are dismantling the old neural pathways of people-pleasing and building new, stronger pathways of self-worth and authenticity. You are signaling to your autonomic nervous system that you are safe, that you are in control, and that you are the authority in your own life. This has a profound effect on your creative capacity. When you are no longer leaking energy by saying yes against your will, you have an enormous surplus of creative fuel. You have more time, more focus, and more vitality to dedicate to your meditations, to your work, to your passions, to the things that truly light you up. Your no to the extraneous becomes a powerful yes to your own genius. It clears the clutter from your life, creating the space necessary for new ideas and opportunities to land. You cannot receive the new when your hands are already full of things you don't even want. Therefore, see your no as a sacred tool of creation. It is not an act of negativity, but an act of profound clarity. It is the sculptor's chisel, chipping away all that is not the masterpiece to reveal the magnificent form within. Your masterpiece is the future self you are calling into existence. To protect that vision, you must be willing to say no to anything that is not it. This is the discipline of the creator. This is the confidence of the master. It is the quiet, unshakable power of a person who is no longer for sale, who is fully committed to their own becoming. The phrase "I'm sorry" is often misunderstood, seen as a sign of weakness or a concession of defeat. But You know, when we look at it through the lens of quantum consciousness, it becomes one of the most powerful phrases for personal transformation and energetic clearing. To say I'm sorry from a place of true awareness is not to diminish yourself, it is to reclaim your power. It is an act of profound self-love, an acknowledgement that you are the creator of your reality, and you are taking full responsibility for the energy you have projected into the unified field. This isn't about shame or guilt, it's about the sacred act of recalibrating your energetic signature. When you sincerely apologize, you are consciously choosing to dissolve a negative emotional charge that has been created. Think of it as an energetic knot in the fabric of space-time. This knot, created by a past action or word, holds a specific frequency of disharmony. By saying I'm sorry, you are applying the solvent of conscious awareness to that knot. You are signaling to the universe and to your own biology that you are no longer willing to be defined by that past energy. You are choosing to step out of the predictable loop of cause and effect and into the present moment, where all healing and transformation are possible. This act of accountability rewires the neural pathways in your brain. Instead of firing and wiring patterns of defensiveness, blame, or justification, all programs of the survival mind, you are creating new circuits of humility, empathy, and connection. You are literally changing your mind, and in doing so, you change your brain. This is not just a psychological shift, it is a biological upgrade. You are teaching your body, on a cellular level, what it feels like to live in a state of coherence and integrity. This is how we begin to embody a new state of being, one that radiates the quiet, unshakable confidence of someone who is in command of their inner world. True confidence, then, is not the absence of mistakes, but the courage to own them. It is the wisdom to see every interaction as a mirror, reflecting back to you the state of your own consciousness. When you can look at that reflection, acknowledge the distortions, and say I'm sorry with a full heart, you are performing a sacred act of alchemy. You are transmuting the lead of past errors into the gold of elevated consciousness. You are no longer a victim of your past. You are the master of your energetic destiny, consciously shaping your future by healing your present. This is the power you hold. Every time you offer a genuine apology, you are not just healing a personal relationship, you are sending a powerful ripple of coherence into the collective consciousness. We are all interconnected through the unified field, an invisible web of information and energy. A single act of disharmony, of unconsciousness, creates a disturbance in this field. Conversely, a single act of conscious repair, of heartfelt accountability, sends out a frequency that helps to harmonize the entire web. Your apology becomes a broadcast of healing, a signal that elevates the potential for everyone connected to you, whether you know them or not. Think of the energy of an unresolved conflict. It lingers in the space between people, a heavy, dense frequency that keeps both parties locked in a state of stress. The body, in response, produces cortisol and adrenaline, the chemicals of survival. This is the state of separation. When you say I'm sorry, you are consciously choosing to shift from separation to wholeness. You are overriding the primitive programming of the ego and activating the higher centers of the brain associated with love, compassion, and connection. You are choosing to create coherence not just within yourself, but between yourself and another. This is a profound act of leadership. It demonstrates a level of emotional and spiritual maturity that is rare in a world often dominated by ego. It shows that you value connection over being right, that you value harmony over conflict. This is the essence of heart-centered confidence. It doesn't need to shout or prove itself. It is rooted in the deep knowing that your true power lies in your ability to create unity and coherence. When you can apologize without feeling diminished, you have transcended the limitations of the ego and stepped into the boundless potential of the heart. So I invite you to reframe your perception of this phrase. See it not as a surrender, but as a strategic move towards a higher state of being. It is a tool for energetic hygiene, a way to keep your personal field clear and resonant. It is a declaration to the universe that you are committed to your own evolution and to the healing of the collective. When you say I'm sorry from this elevated state of awareness, You are not just mending a rift, you are weaving a stronger, more loving and more coherent reality for yourself and for all of humanity. The phrase, "why not?" is a key that unlocks the door to the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Most people live their lives confined by the known, by the predictable reality created by their past experiences and limiting beliefs. Their brains are wired to anticipate the future based on the familiar emotions of the past. They ask questions like, "What if I fail?" or "What will people think?" These questions are born from the survival centers of the brain, designed to keep you safe within the confines of what you already know. They are the architects of the prison of your own making. But when you ask, "Why not?" you consciously interrupt this pattern. You introduce a novel thought, a new possibility that your brain has not yet considered. This question is a direct challenge to the subconscious programs that have been running your life on autopilot. It is an invitation to step beyond the veil of the three-dimensional reality of your senses and into the realm of pure potential. Why not me? Why not now? Why not try something completely different? Each time you ask this, you are weakening the old neural networks and beginning to build new ones. This simple question is an act of rebellion against the tyranny of the analytical mind. The analytical mind is the gatekeeper, the separator between the conscious and subconscious. It loves to analyze and predict based on past data, effectively closing the door to any future that doesn't resemble the past. Why not? Is the password that bypasses this gatekeeper. It signals to your nervous system that you are willing to embrace the unknown, to feel the discomfort of uncertainty because you have a vision of a future that is worth the risk. You're telling your body to get ready for a new experience. Embracing why not is the first step in living from a state of creation rather than survival. It is the language of the pioneer, the visionary, the mystic. It's the internal dialogue that precedes every great invention, every personal breakthrough, every leap of faith. It requires you to surrender your attachment to the predictable and to find your security not in the world outside of you, but in the infinite potential that resides within you. This is where true, unshakable confidence is born, not from knowing all the answers, but from being willing to explore the questions that lead to a new reality. When you consistently ask, "Why not?" you begin to change your energetic signature. You shift from a frequency of limitation and fear to one of curiosity and expansion. This new frequency is a new magnetic charge that you are broadcasting into the unified field. According to the laws of quantum physics, your energy and your thoughts are the electrical and magnetic signals that draw experiences to you. By changing your signal from "I can't" to "why not," you are literally instructing the universe to show you a different set of possibilities, to bring you new and unexpected opportunities. This is the process of becoming the author of your future self. You begin with a question, an inquiry into a potential that you have not yet experienced. This question, "Why not?" opens your heart and mind. It allows you to begin to feel the emotions of that future reality before it has manifested. What would it feel like to be that person who achieves that dream? What is the energy of success, of abundance, of wholeness? By asking why not, you give yourself permission to rehearse that new state of being, to feel those elevated emotions in the present moment. This rehearsal is not just wishful thinking, it is a biological and energetic process. When you combine a clear intention, the what, with an elevated emotion, the why, you are generating a powerful electromagnetic field. This field is the blueprint for your future. Your body, believing it is already living in that future reality, begins to change. New genes are signaled in new ways. Your brain rewires itself to reflect this new mind. You are no longer waiting for your future to happen. You are calling it to you with every fiber of your being. So let "why not" be your mantra for breaking free from the past. Let it be the question that guides you into the glorious uncertainty of the unknown. Use it to challenge every limiting belief, every habitual doubt, every inherited fear. When you do this, you step into the role of the conscious creator. Your confidence is no longer dependent on external validation or past successes. It becomes an intrinsic state, a deep inner knowing that you are connected to an infinite field of potential, and that by simply asking why not, you can begin to make the unknown known. If this video spoke to your soul, if the energy and the information resonated with a deeper truth within you, then I invite you to click the subscribe button. We're building a space of frequency, healing, and truth. A sanctuary for those who are ready to transcend the program and awaken to their true potential. But it's not for everyone. Only the chosen ones, those who feel the undeniable pull towards a greater destiny, will feel the call to join this community. Will you rise with us? Will you commit to doing the work, to changing your mind, and creating a new future for yourself and for the world? Then hit that subscribe button now. This is more than just content. This is a conscious choice to align yourself with a new paradigm of possibility, to surround yourself with the energy of transformation, and to declare to the universe that you are ready for the next stage of your evolution. We're not just building a channel, we're building a movement. We are a collective of pioneers, of students of life who are courageously stepping into the unknown to discover what is possible. We are here to support one another, to share our breakthroughs, and to hold a coherent field of energy that makes transformation not just possible, but inevitable for those who are committed. This is a journey for those who are ready to rise, to break the habits of the old self and create a new one. A journey for those who are ready to live fully, to feel deeply, and to express their greatest potential. A journey for those who are ready to awaken their divine confidence. A confidence born from the direct experience of their own creative power. This is your invitation to become part of something greater. Stay enlightened, stay confident. Until next time.